We'll totally get it next time. And of course, we've gone live. What? Right in the middle of my load screen. Thanks.
Perfect.
Hello all. We're just trading over from Titania EX run. We are so close to getting her.
Well, you had her down to about, what, 4 that one time?
Yeah, 4%.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. I'm kind of tired.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
abundance and joy.
You get a good night's sleep, Tay.
Mm-hmm. And
Good
thank
night,
you for
everyone.
coming along on that. It was a help.
We will totally get it, and I think we can actually get it with 4. It's just it's going a lot quicker with Suki.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're starting to get the idea of where we need to stand and the fact that the tanks need to stack for that one mechanic.
What instance are you in?
1.
2.
I'll join you in 2. Give me a second.
Alright. Good night, everyone.
Night. And I'm looking at your screen going, yeah, you're sitting at the same table. You didn't go somewhere else. You're not here.
Yes, I am. See, I'm right here.
Yep. Echoes in the distance.
Yar! So, we're off to deal with the battle on the big bridge.
Yes! Which is not the big bridge they advertised.
No, it is not. It is a bigger bridge.
A much bigger bridge. Because, of course, in the preview, they were showing High Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Which I figure is probably the only real bridge they had as an available model during that part.
Or at least they didn't want to give it away.
Yeah.
After all, spoilers are a big thing here. I.e., don't spoil it for everybody else.
Yeah, well. I'm sorry, but I'm going to spoil it. It's not on High Bridge. It is so not on High Bridge.
Yeah, we're so running behind. But we had a lot of fun, and we learned a lot, and we're starting to feel more comfortable with the fight, so...
Yes. And yeah, I think I died that one time because of cover.
Yeah. No offense, it's easier to recover you than,
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Oh, Hildebrand, you seem to be having problems.
Do not worry about me, my friend. I shall extricate myself in due time.
I see. Are we ready for this?
No. Are you ever ready for Greg?
No, we're never ready for Greg. Do we want to go in as DPS or something else?
Probably DPS. At least for me, it's not like I've done this more than like 2 or 3 times, ever.
Actually, I could go in as White Mage. They could use a little XP. My ninja is actually the one that's hurting the most, but I'm not too worried about it. See if it'll help our queue times.
Less than 5.
And while we do that, I'm going to take a moment and throw the stream promos on a couple of the Discord channels I am in. So, how has everyone's day been going? Hopefully good. We like good.
I got to practice my leaping off of non-OSHA compliant platform ability.
Yes, you did. Pretty impressively, too.
And of course, had a couple of people over and got to try out Root.
Oh, how was the game?
Fairly good. I think it'll shine a little bit better once we're a little more used to it. One of the problems is it's a very asymmetric game. Each faction plays differently. Unfortunately, Mark was having some trouble yesterday, and it did not clear itself up, so he did not make it.
Aw, yeah, I thought that you were down someone.
Yeah, Mark did not make it, so we tried it 3-player, tried it without the Vagabond, which in some ways might be one of the more interesting factions to play, though it does play very differently. He's practically playing a different game from everyone else.
Ah. One of those.
Well, the entire idea en route is you've got this woodland, and you've got these 3 factions trying to take control of it, and then you have the Vagabond, who's basically a wandering, quote-unquote, adventurer type.
Right.
He can borrow money from friends, one of the quests. And the illustration shows he's basically lifting the coin purse off of someone else.
Nice. Yeah.
And of course, the Vagabond is a raccoon.
Of course he is. So this is more of a thief-type vagabond and not a murder hobo vagabond.
Yes. Though he can fight. And there's like 3 different cards that if you play the Vagabond, you choose which one you are, and they represent different character types. But you've got, the Marquise de Cotte, who starts off in control of most of the board, but very thinly spread out. And they're basically playing an economic engine game. They're trying to get sawmills, which generate wood, which generate all the other things they do. And as they go on, that's kind of where most of their actions come from, is building all these items. Then you've got the Irie. I'm trying to remember exactly what they call it. But they're basically the birds. They used to be in control, and they want their former glory back. And they start off basically in the opposite corner from Marquis de Cotte, and only really have control of one area. But they're concentrated in that area. And they're basically a juggling act. Because you have this thing called the decree. There's basically 4 types of actions they can take during a turn. And every turn you add cards into the decree, and for every card in the decree, and the decree has the 4 types of actions on it, and for every card in a section you do an action. So the number of things they get to do every turn goes up. The problem is, if say you've got 2 cards under battle, you have to have 2 fights. If you can't have 2 fights, the decree basically collapses. You lose the rest of your turn. You can lose victory points, and basically your house of cards somewhat literally comes crashing down. Hi, Greg.
Hello, Greg.
Hi, Enkidu.
We are here for the beating of your life. And this fight is just pure chaos.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your favorite?
Did you get turned into a frog?
I'm at the bottom of a well.
Run from the chicken! They want to eat you!
Yeah, I noticed. I don't taste that good,
Are
really.
you finished? Fighting all in is just too much for me.
If that's true, why are you laughing?
I lied.
Oh, he lied.
Why, I've been hurt. I feel so betrayed. I just remembered something.
And he leaves a bomb!
Yes.
I must say, I quite enjoy this puzzle. I feel we've gained an understanding. I will pound you, silly! Aha! Rocket punch!
Look at all these chickens!
Yes.
It's chickens, I tell you! Green chickens!
Yeah. Beep. Beep. Grab it.
Rocket punch!
Or
Really?
just got the last one to wear off.
Everyone but one of the tanks and one of the healers has been frogged. 2, 1.
Shrunk. Shrink, shrink, shrunk. Beep. Ow.
Yeah, Greg. He's so special.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
Really? Up that spear? Wait, what? Where are you going? Wait!
That's a ledge.
No! What?
I don't think that will. Nope, that doesn't work.
No.
It's like,
Oh dear.
oh dear.
We're never getting that spear back, are we?
That is the perfect ending for that fight.
Oi! Oi, 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 oi. My head hurts. I need to fix my hair.
I don't think it hurts as bad as Hildebrand's head.
Yeah, he's looking pretty sad. Are you okay there?
Why, Craig? Why?
Because Greg?
Yeah.
Nashu? Are you dead again, Inspector?
We can only hope.
How many swords did he drop while... Wait, doesn't that one look like Elazar's sword? But even to my untried eye, this is obviously a counterfeit blade. And so is the one... And this one? And what in the world?
Reardon, your plan might have been a little too good. Alone, yet still armed. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. If you wish to be present, I won't object. Meet me in Vesper Bay.
Okay, we can do said thing. Off to Vesper Bay?
Mm-mm.
By way of Eorzea? Because she's a
Yes.
good bird?
Eorzea. But yeah, those two were like the main faction, the main regular factions. And Dave and Jason with them were basically neck and neck at the end. Jason had the Eyrie, which was just steadily marching up the victory point track. And Dave was not going to match that, but there's what they call a dominance card, which is basically you stop paying attention to victory points and you have a pure spatial victory instead. And he managed to pull that off.
Gotcha.
The fourth one, which is what I had, is the Woodland Alliance. And basically, they want to toss everyone else out. They've had enough of this. So it's a rebellion that basically starts with nothing on the board. Very much like the Protestants in Here I Stand and Virgin Queen. They start with nothing on the board and build up from there, and I kind of stalled my progress early on, so I had not gotten that far. I was starting to get someplace at the end, but I hadn't gotten very far yet.
But in other words, it sounds like you guys had a lot of fun.
He certainly did. And that took us till lunch. After lunch, we tried out Oregon Trail, the card game.
Oh dear. That's right, you
Which is
did
what-
get that.
No, Dave did. It was okay. I agree with Dave that it probably doesn't have a whole lot of replay value. It is a cooperative game that is very, very difficult to win.
Just like the original video game.
Yes, very much so. And I'm the only one of the three who had actually had memories of it. At least direct memories of it.
So, did you die of dysentery?
I did, yes. Dave and Jason both died of rattlesnake bites.
Oops!
Just shy of the halfway mark.
Oof. So close. Hello, Octi. It's good to see you.
The main problem is there's a lot of things in there that basically have no counters. It's just you're dead.
Right.
You have to get through the bulk of the deck of cards. And the mechanism behind that is kind of neat. The main deck is 50 plus trail cards, and you have to get through 50 of them. And there's occasional things in there like forts and towns. But most of it is, a path. that goes from one end of the card to the other, and then you have to. Then the next person has to play another path that will match on it, because the ends of the path are either on the left side of the card, or the right side of the card, or in the center. And you don't get to like slide the cards around. They have to match end to end perfectly. So left to left, right to right, center to center. And of course, since you have to do this, you can be forced to play cards you don't necessarily want to. And some of them say, press space to continue, which is when you draw a calamity card.
Oh. Hello,
Yeah.
Drilda.
Hi, Octi. Don't carry the sword like that, you idiot.
He's from Ishgard. You'd think he'd know better. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection.
That's the real one. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way.
If you say so. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Berardian. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just get the treaty? You the treaty blade?
The expression. Disguise yourself as the client, and let the treaty blade come to you.
We just messed up, didn't
Take
we?
advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant.
The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he was always issued his challenges in person.
Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring.
If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Oh, that's kind of smart. Sorry, can we laugh at your suffering now, Mr. Briardian?
I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briardian. Piss off. 400 years have I slept. 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting.
The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this.
Very well. I, and I alone, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge.
You have a death wish, don't you?
You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon.
How dare you laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro like a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's far too long since we've had a show. We should head to the city later. Just you and me.
Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You're indeed a Manderville man. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the.
Sorry about the sword.
Fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. The seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? A case of indecency. They had way too much fun with these.
Hey, what's with the goggles those men are wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. I guess we'll find out next time. I'm sorry, Miss Ellie, but you're gonna have to wait till next time. What are we doing now? Wasn't that the end of 2.2 patch stuff?
Yeah, we're down to main story and Coil.
Oh dear, what to do about Coil?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we definitely don't have enough time tonight to do all of Coil.
No.
Which is sad because we could probably sucker Suki into helping. Because Suki is such a nice guy. Even though he glares with the best of them. He is an aura after all.
Well, do we want to get a start on main story? We won't get it done tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely not tonight. So we need to head to... Where are we heading to? Mordona! Woohoo!
Probably.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's right. You can watch it. Look it up here. Yeah, Mordona.
So off to Mordona we go!
Yeah. So, yeah, we died on the Oregon Trail.
To be fair, the original video game was written as a teaching tool of how difficult
Yes.
it was to pioneer and why it was really the truly desperate who did it.
Yep. And I remember that in like 2nd or 3rd grade. That and Lemonade Stand.
Don't remember Lemonade Stand. I remember Oregon Trail.
Lemonade Stand apparently has an earlier start, but made it onto like Apple II and such.
And I remember, what was it? Kung Fu?
Karateka?
Yeah, Karateka. That was it.
Karateka is a bit later. And yeah, that was a math lab favorite in junior high for me. Along with Conan, I think it's like Tomb of Volta, something of Volta.
Oh, a little thing you should be wary in hearing about. Apparently, Microsoft was caught testing ads within the OS for the file systems
Uh-oh.
for 11. I really hope they don't.
I seem to remember hearing about that some time ago.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Conan game?
No, I do not remember the Conan game.
Huh. Effectively an early run jump dial-lot type thing.
I remember Joust.
Kind of a pre-Castlevania. Because you need to get through the screen to get to the next screen, and there would be some enemies and all of that, and you'd have to figure out the right pattern of things to get through it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Joust.
Yeah, that's a little later. Well, not really. I suppose it's about the same time. I didn't see it until a bit later.
Yeah, when I was living in Irvine, that was pretty much a favorite inside the pizza hall that we had. And of course, the roller rink that we had also had this huge arcade. And we got everything there. It was awesome. I think we have to go into the Rising Stones.
Most likely. Pray return to the Rising Stones.
Oh, just about everyone. Here's Coltonay. Where's Hori? You seem a little lost here.
I did not realize the Scions had moved until I arrived in Vesper Bay. Thankfully, Ryanje was kind enough to direct me here. I know I've only just joined, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Ah, this must be before he met those two got together.
Yep.
There's your Stola over in the corner, reading a book.
Yep.
As you can see, our Charlene allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. And hello, Tataru, mistress of the books.
And standing on chairs.
I take it you've come to study the tomes as well. It's very, very important to broaden your knowledge, as your Stola says. Take me with you, Rena, Ladonia, please. I said I wanted to take on a greater responsibilities, but I did not expect her to heap tomes on my desk in response.
Be careful what you ask for.
Really?
Flahaman?
Oh, you wish to help? That's very kind of you, but I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me.
You're
Thancred?
not withering away. This is Thancred.
Horrible!
snark.
Wow, talk about being sidelined! Bam! Right out of nowhere!
As ravishing as ever. Perhaps for old time's sake she would... Gods, Ladonia, Rena, don't sneak up on me like that. We bards are easily startled a lot.
You are not a bard, and you know it.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
Oh dear. Hori, you're not looking too good.
Horror. The horror.
Love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No, Muay Thai sauce. No, victory. Yeah, victory. Were you two in squat challenges again? Still? Ida. Papa Limo?
So, here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral. Or at least more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say that it feels that different. Of course, Ida begs to differ. As ever.
Yeah, she's having too much fun at Hori's expense, isn't she?
Yes. And Alfitude?
You're not gonna live that down, are you, Alphino?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, you won't for a few years yet. Is it not wonderful, Ladonia, Rena? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well they will come in time, but for now let us enjoy the respite.
I feel like we're not going to have much of a respite.
Oh, come on, we're nicely retired now.
Nope.
Save the world, we're retired.
We haven't saved the world. We've only saved Europe.
Still waters. And Philia has a new assignment for you.
Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself a home when I received a request for assistance from Amalja and Sons Middle Concern. It would appear their storehouse in the horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that the pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, are missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply.
Lots of pyramid power?
Sometimes I wonder about you two.
As
The
well
brass
you might.
The brass blade charged in with the investigation of the theft believes that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for a profit. Alas, there has yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been merely more monetary value. If there is even the slightest possibility that the theft act not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the brass blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Shistola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun the preliminary investigations. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope that our fears prove unfounded when you do. Okie dokie. We can totally do these things. When you arrive at Horizon, be sure to speak to Y'shtola. She will inform you as the latest developments. For my part, I shall continue to speak with the concern's representatives. They may have additional information which could be of use. Righto! Off to Horizon we go!
And yep, she's gone.
And so's Thingrid. Which is good. I'm sure Flahaman will sleep better now. So, Eorzea, one trip to Horizon! Lickety split! I'm trying to think of anything else that happened, short of me working... Oh, I finished another shot on the animation project I'm working on.
Oh, good.
It's still a little janky, but I don't know how to fix it, so I'm moving on.
There you go. Yeah,
Hopefully it won't
Oregon,
be as janky when it's seen in isolation.
Yeah.
Or-
Oregon Trail went... or not as janky, yes. Oregon Trail went very fast. We did a round of settlers to finish up the day.
Ah. I thought I heard Baron talking about someone hearing wood for brick.
Pretty much.
Brickmaster.
Yes. And I actually managed to pull off the win.
Oh, very good.
I got cut off from the bulk of the island and I managed to win.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta accumulate those victory points.
Yeah. 2 settlements and 2 cities, so 6 for that. Had the longest road for once. Dave usually grabs that and hangs onto it for dear life. And then I had a development card to give me a victory point, and then yeah, I managed to build like one last settlement to get to 9. Revealed the card and said that's 10.
Well then.
I hoped that I had access to one of the 8s and one of the 6s, and I was largely bound and determined to keep the robber on the other 6.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Doodles.
The scary thing
Uh-oh.
is that...
Uh-oh. Did it do
Really?
what I think I did?
Yeah. There it goes.
Well, we were heading to Horizon
Why?
anyway.
Why?
I don't know. Western Thanalan hates you. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Poof. And I'm still on load screen.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. Am I? Yep, I am okay. Hello, Eorzea. Can you fly me to Horizon, please? Thank you. Hello, Doodles. Why always Western Horizon? Or Western Thanalan?
Yeah.
It's just... I do not understand. My head hurts. Maybe I have too much hair. Maybe I should cut it.
No.
Oh, hello. Of course, Y'shtola's like right over there.
Yep. Gilbertus. Lost are you? If you want to know something, go ahead and ask. Okay, he's that person. And has nothing particular to say about Y'shtola badgering him.
Rena, Ladonia, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversing with Fufulapua. He is the officer in charge of leading this investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If you ought endured my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Yeah, Doodles, for some reason, lately, anytime we enter Western Thanalan on Chocobo, flying, with Ladonia on the back seat, Ladonia gets disconnected.
Well, no, I crashed the desktop.
Well, it's kind of the same thing, but yeah, it doesn't like it. And we don't know why. Fufulupa? Can I pet you? You look like a pettable potato.
Ladonia, Rena, what a pleasure to see you again. Ishtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen. I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Alliance Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Thanalan where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident.
A speeding carriage? Why would... That would seem curious choice for thieves such of... A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry any crystals we seek?
We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all.
Thancred, where have
This
you
is
been?
Thancred.
Not that! Thancred, wherever have you been off to?
I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and was even able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Ladonia, Rena.
Okay.
All of
2 feet.
4 yawns.
And we find ourselves back to where we began. What have I overlooked? Hello,
Against
Mr.
all
Chocobo. You make a great door and a lousy window. Oh, I know you want pets, but can I talk to Thancred, please? Please? Oh, he wants pets, and I can't give him pets.
Work, work.
Sorry, Thancred. As you were saying, we're going to just have to do this over the back of a chocobo.
Against all expectation, it would seem that the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. Well, you think about what it might be. I shall inform Eorzea of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
One overly verbose response
Indeed,
later.
I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Ah, yes.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Give me the money.
I don't know
I
what,
know
what
you
level
are
their jewelry is supposed to be.
adorable.
Well,
Oh,
true.
Sasha!
Never mind.
Her name is Sasha. How absolutely, utterly adorable. Work. I'll give you a nice big pet. How you like that? Now, excuse me, I need to go over here. Thank you. Stola? Mayhaps a more subtle approach is in order. Sorry, Sasha was, distracting me.
And not being very subtle.
No.
A final temptation. Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No. Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalufa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it.
Thancred again?
I'm flattered that you enjoy my company so much, but talking to me isn't going to get us anywhere. Come, let's have a word with Fufalufa.
Yeah, not so settled hint. Okay, Fufalupa, what we got?
Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind?
Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak?
I'm contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa.
Indeed, if, for reasons of security, the concerned decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the Brass Blade were informed.
Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. With thieves as Wily's ours risk open confrontation.
Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, say, a lone Makote miner traveling without escort so to not attract undue attention.
But I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hamerlea? Fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Ladonia? Rena? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once.
You do realize that we're not exactly of minds to understand what's all happening. They need to spell it out.
Spell what out?
Exactly!
Is something happening?
With the way he ran off, I think so. Maybe?
Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Doak nods all around.
It's what we do best. Sorry, Fufalupa, I am not playing Triple Triad with you.
Really?
Really, really. Really and truly. Now, where is this? Oh, it's in the middle of a fate, isn't it?
Well, on the edge of it.
Why is there always a fate on top of where we need to quest?
Just don't level sync, and all will be well.
Yes, but the music!
Which amazingly is not wanting to start up for me.
I'm gonna take that as a blessing. Hello, midge swarms! All two of them. Oh, look!
Guard, no matter. Kill them all.
Yeah,
That's gonna work. Unknown Ravager.
I think they were blinded by the light.
I ain't dying in this godforsaken hellhole. Well, you chose the wrong place to be if you didn't want to die here. Yes, well, yeah.
Really? Really? Man,
Just had to anger the locals.
they just wanted to get stoned so badly.
And I don't think we ever see her in this outfit again.
No, we do not. Hello, Yashtola, in the cute little miner outfit. Stubborn to the last, as expected. Are you unharmed?
Very. A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
The wolves? All of them?
Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering.
Our thieves are a long way from home. There's something you're not telling us? Thancred, if you would be so kind as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves.
But what's this about sea wolves and tattoos that you seem to... You're not telling us anything. You realize how stupid we are? No, they
Need to know
don't.
basis only. We don't need to know.
Apparently. I'm sorry, my eyeballs can't squeak hard enough for them, apparently. Sacred?
This tale does not require Bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fufaluma what transpired.
They're not telling us anything, are they?
On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Lumens born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that.
For people in the audience, each race that's playable in the game comes from one of two clans that the race can be. Rogadens can be either Sea Wolves or Hellsguard. And when they're referring to Sea Wolves, they're referring to the Rogaden clan. Sorry, Thancred.
Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes. She's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friends. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Stoic nod. And that's basically where the line comes from.
And they actually refer to that throughout the rest of the game.
Not very often.
But when they do... Okay, Thancred, what we got? Where are they sending us this time?
The Mother of Exiles. Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino waits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade. When I do, you may rest assured we will have our answers. You're gonna make him sing?
Please don't make him sing. So, where are we going? Oh. Vesper Bay. Gotcha.
Yep.
I thought we left Vesper Bay behind. Ooh. Excuse me. Shrimp tacos are making their revenge.
Bacony revenge?
Unfortunately, I fear you may be correct. Hello, Alphino. What we got here?
A ship?
More like a rowboat.
No, that is not a rowboat. Might be a galley, but
It's got the
only
seats for a
perfect galley's
rowboat.
got sails. You're late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Oathard? Can't say I've been there.
No.
Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ulda, Ladonia, Rena, unless I'm mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan's Horn on the Royal Promenade.
Alphanor, you have this cute little kid face, but your ego is, a lot bigger than your body.
You're uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident?
Oh, so you want us to beat them up. Got it!
Well, only if needed.
Aww. I can't
Besides,
pummel things?
Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ulda.
I have sparkling repartee?
Yeah, it's called the Stoic Nod.
Oh. You mean it doesn't come from the countryside of France? Oops,
Probably not.
wrong one. Oi. Go here, go there, go here, go there. Are you sure this is what we wanted when we signed up for this adventurer gig?
Think of it as going on tour.
Ooh. Do I get to pummel things?
Sadly, yes.
Yay! I get to pummel things!
Actually, at the moment, I think you get to heal them.
I can show them how dazzling my holy spell is. It'll be a blast and a flash. Yeah, these two don't have much running up stairs, do they?
But a heck of a staircase?
Yes. With great tracts of land! At some point we do need to do Little Lady Say, though.
Yes. This pair probably next week.
Ooh, actually, we want to go to the Royal Promenade. That would be this way. As we cut through the Colosseum. Anyone dying down there? Oh, looks kind of empty. Boo.
Yeah. It seems like the Colosseum schedule has been very light as of late.
Just a little.
There's hardly ever a fight going on.
Apparently, Ulda needs more bread and circuses.
Or maybe some hockey games.
Went to a fight and a hockey game broke out?
Yeah.
Who do we have here?
Matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass.
Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you could grant us that small kindness.
Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again.
You know not what you do.
I gather your pleas fell on deaf ears.
A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well.
I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphina Leveler at your service, a friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Nolda, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help. And of course, note the tale. Hi, Live Suing.
Hello, Life Swing. Good to see you. We are back on MSQ. Woohoo! After some silly Hildebrandt stuff. And great time.
Mhm.
Always great time. Because Greg.
Yes. In Gregging time?
Slightly better than in beginning time, but we'll take it.
Mhm.
As we cut through the rabbit warren that is Old Daw to get to the quicksand. And here we are.
Mhm.
Wave at Momodi! Because if we don't, she'll be angry at us.
Oh, that would be no good.
Yeah. Refugee leader. Master Alphino's associate, yes? We have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin. Attendant 1.
We would be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alphino can offer.
And Attendant 2. It has been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey. Oh dear.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession?
Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
Elfado, you're totally boasting.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Are you sure that's wise? I guess we can do them a
Refugee
sec.
leader is now accompanying you.
Kikyo? Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She is an inspiration to us all. Yet I worry for her health.
We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness.
If I may, madames, as you said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tale of our tributations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, despite desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates can spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
I have like 59 reasons.
Fortunately, we have, Madam Momodai over here.
Okay.
If there's
She can do better
anyone
than
you
me.
can sucker up to, it's her. Hells! Why didn't you say so sooner, Rena, Ladonia? Of course
You
I'll
just found
help.
out.
You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but they just sent word they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs that no one's going to feed. Best of all, they've all paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fruder and Katarine at the Sapphire Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should set them straight. Oh, Momodai, you're the best. Come here. Let me give you a big hug. See? Always sucker up to the guild masters. They always have something up their sleeves. To put a time place of when this is supposed to be happening, Life Swing, this is in between the A Realm Reborn and Heavensward expansion.
Yep.
And they're starting to allude
That's
to
2
stuff.
out of 5.
For Dura?
Yeah, it should be noted that if you take a look at the masked lady, she has an unusual tail, especially at the time, because certain things hadn't been introduced yet.
Correct.
Hey, I remember you noting the tail at the time.
Mm-hmm. And we're like, what is this?
She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Mahmoodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me.
Tough. Here's the letter. Suck it.
Mahmoodi's letter. Instructions penned by the Quicksand Proprietress to deliver foodstuffs to the Waking Sands. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. You're all heart.
How old of you?
I want these elixirs. Not really.
No. You don't want anything from him.
Oh, don't worry. I'm taking his gill.
Oh, okay, that works. Take all the gil you want. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? No, we heard them just fine. We've got the ears to do so.
Yeah, mayhap you should stop sticking your nose in.
You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words.
You think she can expect much of our business?
No.
Yeah.
After all, who are we allied with?
Well, there's that too.
The Pants! Yarr!
For those of you who didn't catch it before, not that you'll see it on my small screen.
Yeah, she's tiny.
That too. But of course, a rear shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gary. We're just checking out your tail. No, we don't mean anything. Why would you insinuate we mean anything by that? Humph! They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lydia Gary it's all in hand.
One banquet coming up.
I dare not hope for such a magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Modi is generous indeed. I should be sure to thank her most humbly.
Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply.
We have been granted an audience?
Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once.
You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor.
Naught is owed. Dang it.
Not as old, Lady
I
Yugiri.
got it.
Oh, you got it.
Not as owed, Lady Ugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the syndicate.
Then I shall choose them with care.
You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. I've never understood those shoes.
Alphanos? I think that was one of Lady Amelisa's things. Back when she
Seems to
insisted
have learned better.
when she insisted that the twins always wear matching outfits. And
Yeah,
she
but
would
like
go
those shoes
and apparently she likes cosplay.
or something.
Okay, back through the rabbit warren and up to the Royal Promenade.
Rabbit Warren? We should be perfectly at home here.
Hippity hoppity! Yeah, I'm not sure why they designed Old Daw the way they did. It's just... wow. Linza's bad enough, but holy moly. And there's the Royal Promenade. Oh no.
Telegy.
Telegy Adelegy. Uh-huh.
The syndicate. Pick someone.
Kasaraga. Sorry, Kasaragi.
Kasasagi.
Kasasagi? Kasasagi.
No R's. If we're all enemies of Garlemald, is it not fitting that we should join forces? Kikyo?
I have heard that the Sultana is kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate, I've heard less flattering things. Bards sing of wars which decide the fate of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more likely to decide that of my own. Telegy.
I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, hold on, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders.
Yeah, that's a gambling hall.
Yep. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. Maybe.
So, it is just about that time. Do we want to push through or call it here?
Well, I was hoping that we might be able to finish off this quest.
Okay.
So at least get through this scene, since we're here.
Mm-hmm.
My pleasure, Ladonia, Rena. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law. Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Ah, yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Well, I take the money.
Did you understand any of that?
They voted no?
Yeah, that's about as much as I got. My head hurts. I think I'm gonna need a drink after this. Wanna go to the quicksand?
I think we'd better. This might take a week to recover from.
Uh-huh. And thus the politics continue. Dun dun dun!
Oh boy. And we'll for another 3 patches after this.
Hope you got your scorecards out. You're gonna need them. But yeah, in one quest we've been introduced to Doma. The fact that it's gone through a rebellion and failed.
It will be a quiz.
The fact that the Gorlians have gone through a civil war.
Well, no, we've been seeing that. That is not new.
And now the internal politics of Ul'dah.
Yeah.
Guess we're stuck at this table over here. Ooh, dates.
Okay, fine.
Well, it is that time. Ladonia is about ready to turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, yes.
We will be back next week, starting on Saturday with more Heaven on High, and then Sunday, more Bun Buns, and we will continue the joy of Ul'dah politics.
And maybe some Little Ladies Day.
Yeah, we do need to get Little Ladies Day out of the way.
And
I
that's
hear it's
kind of
actually
the
short
last
and
time.
sweet this time around.
Yes.
Thank you all very much for joining us. Until
Mhm.
next week, you guys be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we hope to see you next Saturday.
Everyone have a great week.
Night all.